Road trip! Good morning everyone, it is the morning of our road trip to the Cotswolds and we are super excited but also super delayed. We were actually supposed to be leaving in the next 45 minutes, I don't even have a watch on. Supposed to be leaving in the next 45 minutes but we've only woken up 15 minutes ago.
I woke up like 2 hours ago.
So she should have woken us up, right?
I was going to, and then when I said, it's so bright outside, wake up. Daddy said 5 more minutes. I counted to 5 about 20 times. And
He didn't wake up.
no one woke up.
Oh well. So we just packed the car. We are 2 hours behind schedule. We're just going to take it as it comes, very chill. Everything's fitted, or we've made it fit. Taken the pram. We've packed stuff for 3 nights, 4 days. But with kids, there's always extra stuff to pack, like snacks. And I've got my road trip snacks. I've got my toilet paper. Does anybody else travel with toilet paper? Always make sure I've got a roll when we're traveling. And some trusted sanitizer. We've got water, and we're ready to go. Okay, we forgot some stuff, so we're just gonna wait a bit. Are we excited for our road trip?
Yeah.
We are stressed.
No, I just want to get out because we are late as always.
We're late as always. So, where are we going?
Mile?
I don't know.
You don't know where we're going. We're going to the countryside, to the Cotswolds.
Cotswolds.
Yeah. Road trip! Finally, we were on our way. The weather was warm and the sun was shining, and we couldn't help but notice that the further we got out of the city, the greener and greener it got. We were initially worried about how busy the roads would be traveling over Easter weekend, but with just some light traffic, we had minimal delays. And the scenery was breathtaking. With our final destination being 2 hours away, we decided to stop for lunch at a little town along the way. Welcome to Burford! Quaint little town with the cutest shops. Before exploring the town, we were on the hunt for a good picnic spot. And we were just in awe of the complete yellow fields we kept passing. Finally, we spotted a common and we decided to set up our picnic here.
I found.
Wow!
There's tons.
And that was going well until we noticed one member of the crew on her own adventure. And this is us starting to wonder how long we could pull it until we had to run after. And that was it. Picnic was over. Well, for him at least. And of course, our kids found themselves a playground nearby. I'm sure you can guess who went straight into the sandpit. And then who went into full meltdown mode when it was time to leave. Finally, we pried our kids away from the playground to explore more of the beautiful town of Burford. Burford is a town on the River Windrush and is often referred to as the gateway to the Cotswolds. It is often one of the first spots travelers head to when exploring the Cotswolds. The town is home to the cutest shops, restaurants, and tourist attractions. But before exploring any of that, we had to get the toddler to cooperate. Finally, we started exploring. Is there anything that ice cream can't fix? Oh, and little doggies. She ran after all the dogs. Back to Burford. Make sure to turn every corner because you have no idea what beauty you might find. We were back on the road with just 20 minutes till our final destination. The roads got narrower, more windy, and even more picturesque. And before we knew it, we had arrived in Lower Slaughter. We stayed at the Slaughter's Country Inn, and initially there wasn't much choice left for Easter weekend, but we were super happy with the accommodation. The grounds were beautiful with lots of rolling lawns for the kids to run. Check-in process was pleasant and really quick and efficient. We booked a family suite on booking.com, and now let's do a tour. I was pleasantly surprised with the size of this room, and they had already set up the kids' beds for us. The bathroom was beautiful, and I cannot rave enough about this shower. Well, until I saw that all the products were L'Occitane. And how gorgeous is the view from this bathtub. The toilet was separate from the bathroom, which is great when you've got a party of 4. By far, my girls were most excited for the private garden that we had just off the cottage. We were well stocked and replenished daily with tea, coffee, Nespresso pods, sugar, as well as the most delicious biscuits. A speaker for your auditory pleasure, and still and sparkling water. Some of us were quite comfortable ordering room service and looking like they're asking to speak to the manager. Once we were all settled, we were out and about for the afternoon. It was just a 15-minute, very scenic walk to a town nearby. Let's go to Bourton-on-the-Water. Bourton-on-the-Water is a village in the Cotswolds. Straddling the River Windrush, it's known for its low bridges and traditional stone houses. After a short walk through the village, we headed back to the inn to have some dinner with definite plans to come back. We had dinner delivered to our room, which was the perfect end to an eventful day. And with the room a bit more chaotic than earlier, it was time for bed.
Hello, baby.
Hi, baby. We woke up not so bright and early the next morning and attempted to have breakfast at the table together. We're here for breakfast and we're going to have a full English breakfast in England. We tried. And tried. And tried again.
No!
And we just kept pushing through with smiles.
Did I help you?
After dismally failing to have a peaceful breakfast, we were on the road again. And what better way to cheer my mood than the fields of gold? A quick Google search informs me that these are bright yellow fields of rapeseed in bloom. And after maybe 1, 2, or 50 perfect shots, we found ourselves on our way to Arlington Row. Arlington Row is a popular visitor attraction and probably one of the most photographed parts of the Cotswolds. The famous row of cottages were built in the year 1380 as a monastic wool store. It was converted into a row of cottages for weavers in the late 17th century. It was preserved by the Royal Society of Arts in 1929 and restored by the National Trust in the 1970s. And then we found more dogs to run after. And of course, nothing like a toddler to add chaos to the calm. By this point, she was full on refusing food, the pram, anything really. Maybe she was just hangry, but every parent knows that stiff body move. But we'd taken in enough of the beauty to make the executive decision to leave. Just a quick look at the ducks before we go. Parking can be a bit difficult here, especially on peak weekends. We found it quite difficult to find parking along the road, which would be free. So we decided to use a park and walk facility, and we paid about £5 for the parking. We got back to our inn and it was still warm and sunshiny, and the girls took full advantage by jumping into the stream. And I took full advantage by indulging in my much anticipated cream tea. With everyone in much better spirits, we headed to Bourton-on-the-Water to get something for dinner. The town was super busy, but such a vibe. While waiting for the girls' pizza, we decided to take a short stroll around the town. And if there's one thing we learned, it's you must turn every corner and explore every part. And while the kids had pizza, we decided to bring back some biryani for dinner. Look, I wouldn't say it was amazing, but it was more the flavors that our palates were looking for. And while I put the youngest down for the night, these two crashed here. We closed off the evening with some board games and then tucked in for the night. I was much better prepared this morning with breakfast before breakfast to make sure we don't have any hangry souls. Decided my husband will have breakfast on his own with the eldest, and then I'll have breakfast on my own, so that we can all eat in peace today. Thanks. And what a fabulous idea this was. Also, can we just take a moment for this croissant? And just like that, everybody was happy and ready to do more exploring. For the day, we had some tourist attractions planned, and first on the list was the Model Village. Bourton-on-the-Water Model Village is a scale model village in the grounds of the all-new inn in Bourton-on-the-Water. It was one of the first model villages in the country, which was started in 1936 and completed in 1940. But of course, when you're a toddler, it's not as fun when you can't open the doors and go inside the tiny houses. But definitely worth seeing if you're on this side of the Cotswolds. And all is forgiven once we find a common to run in. And food, of course, for all parties involved. Ice cream saves the day again to score us a little bit more time to explore. This next part had our 7-year-old the most excited. We got to explore the beautiful creatures of Birdland. And hey, look what we found. Let's explore the birds of Africa. This next part had us living out a movie scene into Jurassic Journey. And the girls got to feel like archaeologists discovering fossils.
Let's go! The Easter Bunny came! Well, we were away because it was his only time. Look! Little eggs! Put it in the basket! Put it in!
And to end the evening, we dined in our room again for our last night. Monday morning was a flurry of packing, breakfast, and saying goodbye to Chapel House before we hit the road again. We said goodbye to the Slaughters Country Inn and hope to be back someday. We hit the road hoping to stop along the way at 2 towns that we had on our radar. The first stop was Woodstock, which is a market town and civil parish in West Oxfordshire. It is a picturesque town filled with ancient buildings, fascinating museums, and charming streets, shops, and pubs. Of all the little towns and villages we visited this weekend, this has got to be one of our favorites. And while waiting for more pizza, we decided to explore a bit more of the streets. And with full and happy tummies, we're ready to take on the last leg of the journey. But first, some fuel for the driver. So we just finished having lunch and we're on the road. We called it, we were supposed to visit one more town, but we've decided that we're gonna head home now. We've had a really nice holiday. Right guys, did we have a good holiday? Was it a nice holiday? Guys, give me something.
Yes.
Okay. And we are trying to get out of the parking lot. Are you being successful?
Someone can park a bin behind me. Which is not there now.
Let's go home. And after a fabulous 4 days in the country, it was time to head back to the city. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed going on this adventure with us, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and keep up with all our adventures to come.